Woman of the city, whose sins are many. For the thirstiness of one's affection, it gravitated her to make ill-conscious decisions. But don't get it twisted. That's just a fancy saying for thought. Exporting the very depths of a hidden valley only to import an abandoned abyss that sucks up every desire of feeling accepted. So she travels to every inn, to every room and lodge where she can lodge the idea that a moment on her back can solidify a moment of everlasting love from a God who has no desire of knowing her name. Oblivious of a God who cares more about her than a frame, more than a name, but loves her enough to know every single string that resonates from her head, so she presses ahead. Across the city, only to see the eruption of a crowd that surrounds this man. Confused in the mist, she asks witnesses to understand of why this one man can cause the city to trip. And all she gets is this. This guy Jesus professes to be the Son of God, or this guy Jesus causes the blind to see and the lame to walk, or this guy Jesus speaks and demons flee and the women forgive sins, yet all he asks is that you believe in him. Pharisees, they seek to have him arrested for blasphemy, but cannot prove he is truly a menace to our society. But oh, if only the woman of the city can speak to him so that he may forgive her for the sin she shamefully commits, knowing she is unworthy to speak, let alone be in the presence of a man of such stature. So she renders to offer a gift of peace as she reaches for her box of alabaster, a costly fragrance that is worth more than a year's wage, as she follows Jesus to the home of the Pharisees where he rests and eats, fully aware that a woman like her had not dared to enter the house of such, but courage filled her heart as her only desire was to receive from Jesus a simple touch. As she gets closer to the door, eyes sharply quickened as people murmured, Isn't that the woman of the city? Isn't that the whore? Making her way inside. Inside enters the nights of laying with husbands, wishing they would love her. Heart filled with regret and loneliness, her eyes became so heavy to lift off the ground as they overflowed with waves of tears that drowned her identity. So unworthy to look upon him, so unworthy to speak. All she could do was knelt at his feet. Gazing at the feet of forgiveness, for nothing could pry her lips from the skin of new life. Breaking her box of alabaster, she counted it pure joy to wash the feet of her God, whom she knew, in his presence, the unconditional love that illuminated her heart. Compelled by her faith, compelled by her compassion, her reverence, he offered her the very thing she longed for, the very thing that she spent nights, many nights, night after night, lusting for. Love. Thank you, Jesus. Now, some of you, like me, are the woman of the city, lusting after a love that securely not only our hearts but our minds, sleeping with different men as deception aids us to believe that by this you will be worthy of acceptance, worthy of security, or better yet, worthy of love. Now some of you, like me, are the woman of the city who feels that because of our sins, we are not worthy of acceptance or worthy of security, or better yet, worthy of love. But I'm here to tell you, all of you, male and female, are like me, woman of the city, who is loved by love itself as he loved us before the very foundations of the earth, accepted by acceptance as he accepted and endured that very cross for us, secured by security as he secured us within a right standings with him, all women of the city. Let us break the culture's deception of what love is, and let us break our boxes of alabaster and rub our very hearts on the feet of Jesus and receive the very thing that he is. Love. Amen.
Amen.